So now I want to demonstrate exactly how we make a set of these foothold traps. And we're going to do first what's the most popular one. I'm going to move the camera here so you can see. It's one of my favorites, and most trappers will agree this is a really great set to catch a coyote with. So and we're going to call it a dirt hole set, which we're actually going to make a dirt hole here and everything. So basically I've decided that this is where I want to put my trap. All right, there's a lot of things go into that. We won't get into that right now. But so I've decided I want to make my trap right here. One of the things that I like is what's called a backing. I just grabbed a log that was in the area here. I set this back, and what this is it forces the coyote to come around it and approach the trap from this angle. Makes it hard for him to be able to come over and do that. So the first thing I want to do is I always wear gloves when I do this because of scent control. So the first thing I want to do is I've decided I want my trap right here, right? And typically for a coyote, I want it to be about 9 to 12 inches from where my bait's going to be right here. So somewhere in this area is where I want my trap. So I'll take my hammer here and I start digging the ground. And what I'm doing is I'm making what's called a trap bed. I take all this dirt and I put it in my sifter here. All right, I want to get all this debris, all this stuff out. All right, and you'll know that there's a lot of different ways to do this, and every trapper has their own specific method of doing this that's a little bit different than others. So I'm just showing you my way. We have a lot of clay here in South Carolina, so it's not that hard to bed our traps and to get them really solid in the ground. I like to make sure all the roots and stuff are out of the ground here. All right, so that's the first thing I'm going to do. All right, I got my trap bed built. Now I'm going to make my dirt hole. So I'm using a drill here with a 2-inch auger, and I like to go down about that deep. So all right, so I got my hole built. All right, I'll take a lot of this extra dirt and just pile it around the hole. What this is supposed to simulate is, you know, a mouse or a chipmunk or something made a den right here. And so that's what we'll do. Next is my trap. So I got my trap here. Now, because this is a demonstration, I'm not going to anchor it, but I will typically take this. I'm actually going to do it just a little bit to show you. And I drive it in the ground right in the center of my trap bed. All right, now I'm not going to do it now for demonstration, but I'll drive it all the way in until this swivel is buried into the dirt. All right, so again, I'll do it all the way down there. So now I'm going to set my trap. All right, that trap's just about ready to go. I always leave it closed so it doesn't catch you while you're putting it in the bed. I'm gonna tap all this chain down since it's in my way. Normally that chain is buried in the dirt already. Just kind of get out of my way. So this, to me, and a lot of trappers, this is the most critical part of setting your trap, is what's called bedding the trap. This trap cannot move. Whenever you get it situated in the trap bed, it cannot move. It has to be rock solid. And the reason for that is when the animal comes to investigate where you've put your lure, your bait, whatever it is, then if he steps here and it moves, he's going to feel that. And you don't want that to happen. If he steps here and it moves, see, you got to get it bedded really solid. So I like to take a lot of the dirt I just pulled out of the trap bed and just pack it around these jaws very securely. Careful not to hit that pin. All right, and get it really secure. really secure in there. And that's really bedded in there pretty daggum good. You gotta be really careful not to get anything underneath the pan. So what I use, a lot of ways to do this too, is pan cover. I use this nylon screen. All right, it's just like a screen porch screen. It's nylon, little knots there for the dog. Put it over it like that, and that keeps any dirt or debris from getting underneath the pan and thereby causing the pan not to fire. So see, that's, you see, no matter where I push, that trap's not moving. See that? A little bit right there. So I want to pack some more around there. I want that coyote, whenever he comes, if he steps here, I don't want him to feel it. I want him to step right there. So then what I do is I take the dirt that I got out of the hole that's in my sifter here, and I'll sift it over the trap. Can you see that? And the reason we sift it is to make sure you don't get any pebbles. Notice I'm using the back of my hand to smooth this out. Some guys and other trappers like to use little small whisk brooms. I like to use my hand. I know that my trap pan's right there. Right? I like to use the back of my hand just very lightly. Sift over it. Just throw the rest of that stuff away. All right. Like that. All right, and at that point, now I will take my bait or lure, if I can get it out of my pouch here. I'll take my bait on a little stick, and I'll put it in here, and I'll just throw it down in the hole and shove it all the way down in there. And what that hopefully will do, when the coyote comes by, he'll smell that. He'll come in here to investigate, and when he does, he'll step on the trap right there. Let's get these grubs out of here. Put them down in the hole. Right? And that's how we make a dirt hole set. Leave it just like that. Now, there are some things that you can do to enhance this. All right, I grab a little stick here so I know that trap pan's right there. All right, I know it is because that's where I set it. There's the mesh, there's the pan right there. So to keep the coyote from stepping here or here, I'll just lay this stick right there. Some people will do it like this. Some people will put a stick here. You know, there's no right or wrong way to do it. You can do that because the coyote's not going to step on that. I mean, if you're walking out there barefooted, you're not going to step on the stick. You're going to step between it. All right. You can even you can do it like this. There's 100,000 different ways in which you can do that. You know, kind of blend it in a little bit. You can take grass and put over it, make it look more natural. Just something to, you know, make it blend in or whatever. So that, because you want the coyote to step right there, right? So that when he comes walking in here and he steps right there, right there, you got him. See? That's what you want. That's the example of a dirt hole set.